Well, hello guys or girls or whatever. Hello to the viewer who is watching this video. So lately I thought today it's going to be the day. This time it's all going to be different. I'm finally getting my life in order. I'm getting organized. I'm going to use a planner. I'm going to be on time to my appointments and be able to schedule my days so I have time to do the basic stuff that human beings have to do in order to function in society. Then I noticed that there are lots of videos from people making their whole identity about their supposed ADHD and how it gives them sort of superpowers because they can hyper-focus on stuff, and how ADHD was beneficial in some sort of fictional Stone Age scenario, and that it has to be some benefits because otherwise those type of people wouldn't exist because of evolution, and all this kind of nonsense that is not really helpful to somebody struggling to get their shit together. And I don't know, I kind of felt offended. Here I was struggling to get my shit back together, get my life in order, after not being able to do so for almost 40 years. And it seems so easy to just use this type of planner or this type of diet or this type of routine, and magically all your problems will go away. And they're not really problems at all. They make you super special and able to do things normal people cannot do, and how yada yada. Then there were some people who were asked if they could choose to not have ADHD. Would they just choose to not have it? And they said, well, I won't change anything because this is who I am. And well, I think to myself, why are you like identifying by some sort of developmental disorder? I don't know. It's just so offensive to me, because this is not fun. This is ruining my life. This is ruining the life of millions of people. Just let's look at some sort of things which have been well established. Let's call them maybe even facts. So people with ADHD compared to the general public have a reduced lifespan. It depends between men and women. But the number 10 years is throwing around, and I know it's more like 6 point something and 8 point something with the other gender. Just let's say that there's a difference that's been statistically significant. People with ADHD die younger. And then we're talking about some sort of 30% delayed executive function development. So you're talking about this. I feel like I'm 10 or 15 years behind of all of my colleagues, career-wise, life-wise. And thinking back, I had this like typical standard career of somebody with ADHD. I didn't perform well in school. Let's say my life itself, my circumstances were not that normal, supporting, and in a way which would benefit me. So maybe on top of this hard mode, I was playing double hard mode, but it doesn't matter. We're not playing oppression or Olympics. I was really lucky in other aspects of the birth lottery, it seems, or the time lottery, or I don't know, whatever lottery I was playing at this time. But generally speaking, I feel like 10 or 15 years behind in my career and life achievements. I didn't finish school. I had to do evening classes, and because I was not really organized enough, and was really hard for me to get all the necessary information, I wasted so much time. There would have been a much more time efficient path anyway. After that, welcome to some sort of economic crisis or recession during this time. So getting an apprenticeship was really hard. I didn't qualify for university, so I had to get some sort of apprenticeship. That's where I live. That's 2.5 up to 3 years. Really depends. And so I tried to get into IT or anything that sort of interested me, like electronics. Nobody wanted me for some reason. Yeah, of course it was the economy during this time was really bad. So I was just working in the service industry, taking odd jobs, and was heavily exploited. Just making ends meet, really struggling. And then I got this type of apprenticeship in some sort of sales, which is really not what I wanted to do, but it was the only thing that was available to me, and because I was denied for everything that was interesting to me. So oh God, I'm already rambling so long. What I did this, and after that there was the opportunity to get into a more technical job, which was still a far cry what I really wanted to do. During this time I really wanted to get into IT admin stuff, but yeah, no chance for some reason. Even though the guys I knew which were getting into this type of career, they were not really more qualified, to be honest. But yeah, you really need the degree here, so people believe you that you can actually do something, even if you're really young with no job experience. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so I got this opportunity, and then there was always really hard for me to be on time to my appointments, to not forget stuff, to not get sidetracked. Time blindness is a really bad aspect of all of this. Struggling with staying organized, being sensory overloaded by noise in an office environment, and just really playing it on hard mode. Was really hard. So I got into this job, and somehow after that I managed to get into a service desk job in IT, which was also really frustrating because I already knew most of this stuff. There was not really much to learn after a couple of months, and I was bored all the time. And then I got lucky, and after years and years of struggle, I somehow managed to get into a well-paying IT admin position. But yeah, my colleagues got into this type of position 10 or 15 years earlier than me already, which is crazy. So lots of time wasted there. And that's just a competitive disadvantage, let's face it. And I was really lucky that I'm I'm kind of healthy besides all of the chronic diseases I accumulated. But I managed at least to get into a job, and I managed to hold this job for some time. But it's really an ongoing struggle to keep it, to go to work, and to be reliable for my colleagues and whatnot. Anyway, so people with ADHD are like 2.8 times more prone to get into accidents and have like 4 times higher suicide rates. Massive overrepresentation in prison, especially in youth prison. They also have statistically significant higher chance of getting addicted to drugs and abusing them, and generally struggling with addictions. And I can say yes to all this. When this is just reads like, so this is me, and now what? And what can you even do? you can get into therapy, you can get on medication, and you really have to try this to see if it makes your life better. Many people greatly benefit from treatment, others do not. It's really up to you to find out. But there's no denying that all this shit has really fucking ruined my life. Impulsive behavior is also a big thing. Like buying useless stuff you don't need just because you, for this moment, you're really obsessed about it and you really think, oh, it's time to start this super expensive hobby. For example, when I was finally able to save some money in my early 30s, I got into riding motorcycles, which was really not a good financial decision because I was already behind to my colleagues, let's say it like that, or to other people I knew at my age, which did not have this type of struggle. And getting into all these kinds of hobbies, like obsessing over stuff, like buying lots of guitars that you can only play one at a time. I know this is not just for ADHD people, but over committing into hobbies which you're probably not going to follow through with in some years, and it's just an immense waste of money and time, honestly. Besides that, the struggle to keep up with relationships, to function in human society, to be a reliable partner for your girlfriend or boyfriend, to be a reliable person in general, and it's really hard. I mean, I don't do really mean well and do not mean harm to anybody, but this shit, it's not easy and it's a constant struggle. It never goes away. It is fucking 24/7, and I know, I'm 100% sure, if I wasn't struggling this, it would, I don't know, it would put me so far ahead of where I am now, and to being able to realize that fact is really depressing. And you can just, I don't know, don't be too hard on yourself and accept that there's something wrong with you. And it's not that you're lazy, it's not that you're a bad person, but it's hard to believe because it on the outside it really looks like you're a shitty person and you are lazy, you are unreliable, you are a weird motherfucker. And and it's really hard to deal with that. I do understand. And for those who are still watching, yes, I was diagnosed as a child and as an adult with ADHD and also with autism as of lately, but I don't really care. Honestly, it doesn't give me any comfort. People always say, well, I finally I feel understood and seen. And I can understand that this would provide some sort of comfort to some people, and but in the end, what does it even matter? Besides, you now know that you might benefit from this type of treatment, but honestly, when you're an old guy like me, you probably already knew and you understand who you are and you understand how you function. But this is not the problem. The problem is that you cannot help it. For some people it gets better as they mature, because it's just the whole maturation process, let's call it like that, is being delayed. But what gives? I mean, mistakes have been made. Life is a constant struggle to LARP as a functioning member of society, and it's not getting easier. And I feel like I'm slapped in the face when I see people online claiming that this is some sort of nice, funny, quirky superpower when I go out of this room, the whole apartment is a giant mess. The doing the fucking dishes, doing like the how can I say, the minimal work that goes into the upkeep of a human household in this day and age is really stressful. I don't know. And of course, I've tried hundreds of different planners and time tracking, and I even have a huge whiteboard where I try to write down one thing which I have to do for this day. I've tried all of this, and it's like a cycle where you try one thing for some time. When it's new, it's still interesting, you do it. Then it gets old. You try something else, and then you start again from the beginning. And it's a process. Of course, it's possible for some people to get into what I would call a routine. And yeah, people always told me, man, go into the fucking military, go somewhere where some sort of routine is forced onto you. And man, I have been there because I needed to eat. So I was forced to get up early and go, I don't know, waiting tables or do something else that was really fun, like waking up early in the morning on Sunday and prepare countless of coffees to some old folks, and yeah, and it was a fucking pain in the ass when I was done with it. So the night before I couldn't sleep, of course, every time, because I was nervous about messing up and being late and not performing at work. At work, nobody was satisfied with you because you were forgetting things and you were clumsy or whatnot. People are, and then when you sometimes then able to focus, and in those odd moments where like the productivity kicks in and you're able to perform machine-like for some time, which is also really taxing on you, when you forgot to eat and drink and taking care of your physical needs. It's not something to be fucking romanticized. All of this was a struggle. It was not fun. I would rather not have done any of this. I would rather just skip all the struggle and finish my school and get into some field that is some of interest of me. I know this is all of this is extremely privileged anyway. I know lots of people who were not able to do this and they got their lives completely ruined by substance abuse or getting into some sort of criminal career and never making it out of that. So I'm already extremely lucky, and yeah, that's basically it, guys. It appears to not get better. It's a chronic situation where you just can manage the symptoms and try to live a good life. And I really hope that you are able to do that. I really hope for you who are still watching this video and struggling maybe with the same sort of shit. I really hope that you manage. I'm sick, by the way, if you're wondering why I sound like this. Anyway, yeah, I'm just recovering from some sort of viral infection. So my nose is still a bit stuffed and my throat is dry, but it's always dry. Drink more water anyway. And that's empty. But guys, really, I mean, I'm not sure if I should really upload this video at this point, because right here I'm just rambling and I think I haven't really gotten my point across. But this shit is ruining lives and it makes everything so fucking hard. You're just constantly playing on a higher difficulty that's necessary. And when you realize this, it doesn't really make it better, because realizing it, maybe you can, I don't know, you can ask fucking ChatGPT how to micromanage your life and to create an environment where you can lab as a high-functioning human. But I can't, honestly. I tried, and it all returns to this point where I am right now, like in between being appreciative and thankful for where I am and what I have achieved, despite all the hard shit thrown at me by genetics and life. And I'm lucky that I'm in a society and in an environment where you don't have to worry about being homeless or something, because somehow the government will take care of you. But all this is getting worse around anyway, all the globe, because the money is drying up, and of course the super rich don't want to share. So your choice is just to have nothing and be unhappy in the future. But yeah, it really pisses me off that people put this off as something that is quirky and makes them unique, and is some sort of aesthetic, even some sort of culture, some sort of lifestyle. I mean, I get it. I mean, more power to you being able to monetize your problems, but yeah, guys, I don't know. Maybe I should have written a script or something like that. But I think I said everything that needs to be said. So let me say it again. It really fucking sucks to struggle with ADHD. It's not fun. I don't think it's part of my personality. I don't want to have it. I want to have normal executive function, like a normal human being. And yeah, just enjoy fucking life and what it has to offer for me, and not care about all of this bullshit. I don't want to be stressed out by things that other people don't even notice all the time. I don't want to have bad health, struggle eating and drinking on time, going to bed at the same time every day as a fucking old man is hard for me. Just imagine that. Just being on time to an appointment and you plan for months is still hard. I don't know. I still mess up, and I get up early enough. I set hundreds of alarms. I'm completely able to go there on time, but for some reason I decide, okay, now I just grab a book or a newspaper or my phone or some sort of distraction and said, it's only 2 minutes, and then I distract myself for 15 minutes while also being aware that the fucking time is passing, and just messing up this appointment for no reason at all. And yeah, struggling with all this type of shit. I don't want it anymore. It's tiresome. I'm so fucking tired by all this. I can't really put it into words. Honestly, it's just a big fucking pain in the ass. It's like kicking dead whales down the beach. Doesn't feel good, and it doesn't make me feel special. Or quirky. I don't want to play with a fucking fidget spinner all day. I'm wearing out my pocket knives because I'm opening and closing it all the time. All this type of stuff. It isn't funny. It's not, I don't know. I mean, of course it makes sense to make a whole fucking industry about this, a whole aesthetic, and sell. Yeah, guys, at this point, no idea what I'm even trying to say besides it sucks. It fucking sucks to have ADHD. It's not funny, it's not quirky. I would not wish this on my greatest enemy, as you say. And it feels, for me at least, it's like not getting better, it's like it's progressively getting worse with all the type of modern distractions and all the crazy shit that's been going on with the world, and all the new types of dopamine loops and addictions being available to you. With generative AI appears it's going to be the only interface you're going to have with the world in the future. So yeah, man, this sucks.